The day started with an emphatic, unexpected win for Mamelodi Sundowns. It's the final of the CAF Champions League. Were they the best team on the day? Who knows? All we know is that they got there. And then came our game. And yeah, we were surprised enough to find out that anything is possible. The CAF Champions League run for Jose's army. I'm a Buccaneer. That's right, Orlando Pirates. I'll say chose, Mr. Coach. Chose to end the journey of the CAF Champions League and leave it all up to Sundowns. Yeah, did I say the score? Pyramids 3. Orlando Pirates 2. 3-2 on aggregate. We failed to take advantage of our away goal advantage that we had. We had that advantage for 2 goals. And even if they matched those 2 goals, we still had the advantage for the third. Mr. Coach, I wish I was deceiving people and I was lying and I was making all of this up for cameras and everything. But I wish I could say I'm making this up and I'm just making a bad prediction. Mr. Coach, what do you make of the game?
Yo. What do I make of the game? Bro, it's tough. It's difficult to even speak. Tough evening. Tough pill to swallow. The game, I thought we started it very, very, very well. Yeah, we were the better side. The first 45, almost a game of 2 halves actually. The first 45, we had the upper hand. They might have had the possession, but that didn't say much. We won every single second ball. We were a lot more aggressive. Even in transitions, we were very dangerous. We had the better chances. We should have gone to the halftime break, a goal up, but lapse in concentration right after scoring the goal. Minutes later, we conceded what seemed like a cheap goal. Second half, very early, same thing really. Again, we get a really good goal. And then, of course, we expected to suffer for the rest of the second half. And for some other reason, we tried to play against them, to Zame. We tried to play at a high tempo again. Minutes after, lapse in concentration, we concede a second goal. Basically, we nullified our own goals for no reason. It's like, there's a win, and it's a minimum draw is good enough for us.
But without playing for the draw.
And in the second half, I mean, towards like the second half of the second half, we were very clearly tired. We had lost some legs, especially with Makaula.
Where did these legs go?
Fast pace for 65, 70 minutes. That's hectic, dog.
I've got this thing when I watch knockout football, and we discuss it all the time. Knockout football, big tournament football, where there's a history of people who've won it and whatever. We always say, the most likely to win is the most experienced team on the day. Who has been here before? Which club has been here before? So, we made it seem like we were the club that is here for the first time, and yeah, man, the way we chased the game that we already had in our hands, it really didn't make sense to me. And the emotions are high right now, but I have a feeling this whole Jose leaving thing played a big part in it.
Because, sorry to cut you off. Yeah, so we kind of played like we had imposter syndrome. The fellas just did not believe that we were goal up, dog.
And that means 2 goals.
Twice. They just could not believe we were okay. All we gotta do is not concede 2 more goals,
bro,
and we'll be through to the final. And yeah,
I cite lack of leadership from top to bottom, especially because of the whole Jose leaving thing.
Yeah.
So, I don't know how much blame you put on Jose, but I think mostly on the players because we've had attitude problems in the past. We've had this high-paced football with no direction thing in the past, but we actually, fixed those problems.
We overcame
this
those
season.
problems, yeah.
And this is the formation that overcame those problems. So, they're good. Pyramids are good, especially that is set piece. But what I can say is that first park the bus. Let me see everybody at the back doing their job. Let me see blocks coming in. Let me not see panic. Let me see them panic. And then let me see them break past that. And then I can say, yeah, no, they squeezed us to death. But I don't want to see 4 up front at 70 minutes when you're supposed to be protecting the lead.
But why didn't we Why did
Don't forget, 2-2 is a lead.
Why did we not? Why were we playing like Fetu that we had? We didn't have to win tonight, bro.
That was so naive. Have we had naivety problems in the past?
Maybe in the second season. This season, dog, like there's one thing we understood.
Did it go right back to that dude?
Right back. Fetu, game management. Like, what point are you trying to prove? And that's where personally I'm asking a few questions of Jose.
I feel like that's what Jose has been working towards. Always express yourselves. Okay, now let's see what we can do against the biggest teams. We can even beat the biggest. We're struggling with the smallest. Okay, guys, relax. We know we can score. We even saw Kopak's Kambore. He inspires them to say nobody's better than you guys. You guys will score. So I feel like this season they got that thing. We will score. We will win. So we just need to protect the game when we need to protect the game. So I feel like Jose leaving is what made them go back to the old ways because they're feeling like, well, we're on our own.
Leave it all on the pitch.
Leave it all on the pitch. Leave it all on the pitch. Do it for Jose, but we're on our own now. How do you struggle to look at the score line?
Bro.
What's going on in the halftime talk?
KP. Okay. Honestly, it's poor to go halftime at 1-1 there. But let's just say you go into the tunnel, got 1-1. When you come out of there, now I'm thinking, I even said in the watch along, dog, I'm thinking we gotta just hold it together for 45 minutes.
Hold it together.
Just keep it clean. Keep it clean.
And there's no chance of penalties. There's no chance of
Yeah.
So it won't be 120 minutes.
It won't be.
You're
done. Your job is done.
Within 45 minutes.
You're done with your job.
What are we chasing?
Okay, and then Coco Melon blesses you with an even better advantage.
50 minutes, 5 minutes in. Up at nearly 55, around there.
Why am I not seeing defenders come on after that?
Why are you still sweating?
We're trying to play out the back at 2-1, my gents. Go Cairo.
And find us waiting there.
Bro, we showed that we could like absorb pressure for a tough period against Algiers. We don't have to do anything fancy. Just sit back, clean out.
We should sign Mayele. What's his name again? Fiston. We should sign Fiston Mayele.
100 million.
More on that later. But Mogazi for me gets a free pass.
Young man, big stage.
Yeah.
His Grootmans didn't really help him tonight.
Yeah, he needed Grootman. Okay. So for me, obviously, there's a lot to talk about. We've already talked.
And sorry. Yeah. It's unfortunate it's a game of fine margins, bro. Because it's not like we were bad defensively the whole game. We did defend decently for most of the game. But right after we scored, defense and never game if he nearly golden goal. Both times. And for the third goal, lack of concentration. So too many problems there. Especially.
Yeah. Let's just break them down. First goal, Van Rooyen didn't close down in no man's land, ball watching, and BC had no idea that there was a whole striker behind him, and Bugazi didn't say anything about it. Chain tried to alert them, too late, perfect delivery, goal. Second goal, in the second goal, which one is the second goal again?
Set piece.
It's not my set piece. And then
it's that header, free header for Sobi.
Okay, yeah. Okay, but that
No,
one,
not a free header, sorry.
yes.
Man,
Yes, Ogi. That's Ogi's goal. Can you quickly break that one down? Because I feel like it wasn't a corner though. It wasn't
a corner. It was a good delivery. It was
deep, even.
Nearly. Yeah, and it set piece too. I think it was a free kick.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, free kick. Outswinger. There's not much to say, bro. Koki should be doing better in the air because that guy wasn't bigger than him. He didn't have much more space. He lost the contest, and I honestly, a big man like that.
Yeah.
I want to see better from him.
He was tracking. He was on his back foot, and the man who scored the goal. What I like about them is that they jump into there. And most of the goals, we're leaning back, and they're leaning forward into the goal. And the third goal, Ito. I don't blame him because he's a CAM, but three men get drawn by the first person who went for the header, and then the man who got the actual header was just easily beat Tito. Didn't need to do much. Got the header, saved by Chain. Mistake to save it back into your goals, back into the box like that, and Mayele was the first man there. Like the dope striker he is. And we were,
those were
aerially, we were dismantled aerially with a very
three crosses. Defense. 3 crosses.
And mind you, Paul was ducking in the first cross. I don't know what he was ducking, bro. It's actually like we don't have aerial awareness or something like that. It's like we're guessing. And we got beaten clearly in the first leg with that 0-0 and the aerial what.
I can like the youngsters.
Brilliant.
They
goals.
did their part. They did their part, bro. They did everything it takes to get into the Champions League final. And Mahrutman didn't do their part at the back.
They couldn't have done better. Jose, game management, non-existent. He had defense on the bench. I neglected to see that because none of them are centre backs.
Center back
CDM
for game management. I said not coach for you, but but for game management, I think fully prepared.
Didn't prepare.
Did we think if it's beat 90 minutes?
No, we were going to honestly
beat them for 2.
I'm going to be honest with you.
The
plan. He doesn't come champagne for
and get 2 more goals. And swag.
I don't want to say that.
Yeah.
But whatever we're gonna do to manage the game was going to be on the ball, not off the ball. There was no bus booked for this flight or for this game. They went there from the flights by a helicopter of Stadium. It was like, we're going to kill them with pace and cocomelonism, and then we're going to kill them with champagne football, Spanish.
The
plan was for Tito to gibela le bola at the 85th minute.
Let's talk about where we really got
grab the other headlines after.
This is where we really got it. It's really where we got the whole thing wrong. We came into how we qualified. But we didn't care about champagnes. We didn't care about possession.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't care about anything looking good.
Yeah.
We focused on getting into the next round.
Yeah.
And then they shook us with FNP. And then we came here with our final mentality, right? But for some reason, bro,
we didn't know that we had won the game. That for me, lack of leadership. I've spoken about this thing where SBC plays so much better when he's the captain and he knows he's the captain, and he's not behind him in that kind of sense. So because we were getting destroyed aerially and Smith is not the captain, he felt like he had to chase every ball that goes in the air. He can't trust his captain. And he can't chill as the captain and do the pointing and say, hey, you were supposed to be there. He was like, I'm going to do my part. So he played, okay, if it's a back three like this, Smith is a 4. Mboga's and Oya both 5s. Okay, they play it by ear mostly.
Kind of more actually. The back three. He's actually
no, but that means they're all sweeping. Only when it feels like when it feels like it won't be his fault. Nothing's going to happen here. I'm gonna follow the ball. It's not gonna get to me. If it does, I'm gonna let it bounce. Somebody else will take care of it. So if you're telling me that if that's the kind of 4 he plays, then wow. Yeah, I'm totally not impressed by him. I can give you a pass. First of all, not supposed to be playing lead. Second of all, if you're messing up our best leadership player, I'll have to put that one on. I don't know who would you put that on?
failing to deal with crosses.
Okay, Yazin, ikwatile mfethu. Ikwatile already captain material. And because of the list that was written a long time ago, okay. And then I like a man captain. Okay.
Okay, first of all, credit to Pyramids for their technique. They are about technically gifted.
Yeah. Technically gifted.
Well, one of the balls, every single ball in a young go, the guy on the left, he feet like that, right? And once he feet like that, says Gagogi or Fanro, if you're lucky. But they knew to do that. And I hate that every team knows that our weakest link or our weakest point in the chain is right there by the channel. Yakogi. So
credit to them for knowing how to play against Pirates.
Credit to them for Kawata Vele more. Or ke fault ya mang?
Leadership ke fault ya mang?
He's great in the back three. But I guess not. He's great until you're up against the real team.
Like Roshapo without the armband. Okay. Hypothetically, maybe like while I hear who else we want. But I feel
Thank you to the youngsters. Shout out to the youngsters, especially those two up front. Then I take the front three. Credit to the front three. Mahopa did enough to get into the Champions League final, bro. In fact, since you asked like that, everybody from the middle going forward did enough to get in the Champions League. Eshlape Mover. They left the wrong questions. Yeah. That's fate.
Can I hear? Okay, maybe I'll ask the people in the comments. Tabeya leadership, guys. Is it that clear, or am I just making a big halapalu about it?
And as far as I'm concerned, my captain is injured, bro.
Fantastic.
Sure. Okay. My captain is injured.
Okay. Would it make a difference? SBC had the armband.
If SBC has the armband, it means Koki's not playing. Statistically,
if Koki's on the pitch,
yeah,
SBC has the make any of it.
It might. No, but Koki doesn't just struggle, dog, with leadership, bro. I don't want to leave it to leadership.
Leadership goes a long way.
Sure, it does, but that's not his biggest problem, bro.
No, you can cover and carry somebody's weaknesses. Not him be the one who's supposed to say, hey. If he's worried about getting beaten in the air, everybody else is going to worry. TLP.
Or
Goal
be able
abeso.
to marshal and everything like that.
Yes.
Okay, fair, yeah.
You could see most of the goals when they went in. Obana chain. A regular commanding keeper. As soon as the goal goes in, if he's the captain also,
He knows who to shout at.
he knows who to shout at.
Yeah.
The whole defense today was like this when the ball went in. That's why Tito so I can say who to blame, but it must get sorted out. Because Spacey with the armband, I'm not saying it's going to change the scoreline or anything like that. If we got beaten, we got beaten. But Spacey with the armband,
Yeah.
we can say, this is your man. That man is dangerous. Hey, fall back. Hey, long ball, cara. And the likes. I mean, there was even a game when I said pray for Tapelok, I think we were playing against, I don't know if it was Morocco. Okay, cool. There's even a part where Kogi actually got a little bit of a knock or pulled something, and then no, that thing you would say, okay, and for this attack, at least go that side because we know the pace is over here. So I actually saw some rotation at the back, but that was because Ole made Signal. So that's when he gave himself to be marshaled. Now, on some, I'm not fully fit, perfect too. What can we do?
Well, how can I help?
How can I help? Who can take lead now? Because I am not 100% and all the flipping substitutes are done. So that's why I was like, pray for Tapelo. So if we are going to be looking at each other and we're under the cosh like that, you need leadership. So I don't know whose fault that is, but guys, well done for us to get this far. Well done for Jose. It's the best he's ever done in his career. Coco Melons will have another chapter to put in their books, and the next time they will be going there with experience, saying that I say rodeo just need the right plumber to build the pipes. It will take us to Egypt, Nigeria, and beyond. Mamelodi Sundowns, we will devise a plan to sabotage your final. We are not going to sit back and just look at you put up another star.
Not me.
Oh, I just got used to that one star actually being there for real, bro.
Oh, don't get me started on that, man.
If Jose was staying, he was going to care about this legacy and
Sundowns. Yes.
Now he was like, oh, well, I like it. Sundowns, who won? I got a game to play. Plus, the Nintendo Chima when Sundowns. Now I'm out of this.
I am pretty so teenage. I was not the better team one today, though.
The better team won.
Not the better team didn't win today. I think that's the most frustrating.
It did win. It actually won twice.
Okay.
And then it gave it away. That's all I'm saying. It's just that they forgot and they didn't know. Like, it's literally as if in P2, it's like, hey, Tito, Siawina. No, not that way. That way. Why? But Rawin. Didn't believe it. I don't know what the hell happened to our belief, bro. I'm not used to this anymore. This actually feels like no chinchilla, fella. I don't know.
But chinchilla to go semi-finals
again. Hey,
but chicken,
depende. Oh.
But we sharp at Lambe. It's like we had to win on the day.
It's like they were saying, boys, everything on the pitch, we've got nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. It was written in the stars.
Dog. This is the badge that already has the star. How can Google pyramids? Othola logo one guy logo
we were through, bro. And like twice tonight, For majority of tonight, we were through to the Champions League final.
We got like 42 ever since then.
Yeah.
And then we topped up because that equalizer, we can literally look that way. Our equalizer. Nothing actually happened.
Sure.
So whatever happened between the first goal and the second goal, Nerkenya bonus and Nerkenya number 2.
Yeah, just
Contingency, you know, as a big club.
if you can win, might as well win the game.
When we didn't want Al Ahly.
Nacho, we lost sight of the goal. We lost sight
How
of.
do you do that, bro?
We lost sight of.
What did they say at halftime? Dog, I actually wanted to.
We can beat them. I think everybody kept talking about how we can beat them. Not how.
No, we can do this, boys. It's not over
Champions
yet.
League final. No.
It's not over yet.
Come on, what? Yeah, I think that I've nailed it down. The halftime talk was not, fellas, we're halfway into the final. No, it was, we've got them. We can beat them.
We can still beat them. We can still do this.
We lost sight of the goalpost.
That's not natural, bro.
Everybody forgot that.
That's not natural.
We're
That's what
trying to get
happens
to the
in
final.
schoolboy football.
You forget that you're going for the final.
You forget you're going for the final. You forget the game plan. Your head goes. Somebody fights with somebody. Somebody gets a red card.
Emotions are high and everything.
Emotions are high. You want to prove a point. Not when you've been there and done that.
Okay, look, this group hasn't done that.
They haven't done that, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Vitu, what I want to get to.
Pressure before. Yeah.
It's not, Vitu, like,
we have this play in our playbook, like I was saying.
It's even our new card, bro. Like, it's our new thing that
we were
got.
even getting new haters.
Because we can absorb.
These guys with their cocomelons and their titos climbing the pole, busy parking the bus, winning 1-0 to their finals and winning trophies and stars. We were going to be like, yeah, we're a big team now. We were building, we're together. We've got goals here, goals there. You thought Saline was the end all be all. Here you go. Another cocomelon. We can keep going. TLP. Now we're playing 3 at the back. We figured it out. Sundowns, Wooza. Hey, Alche, are practicing Kalona. Wuzani.
Tina sathi no.
Tina sathi.
Nali pola lethu bafethu. Abantu abana nix.
I am to feast on high. Emmett.
One of the best ever.
One of the best ever. Right, bafethu. I don't even know if I did that right.
Kuzolunga mabhakane.